So I'm just going to do a little recap video of the GLs that I've watched this year, or watched from this year, and what I'm currently watching, right? I just want to give my little 2 cents. So for shows that have finished, Queendom. I loved Queendom. I thought Queendom was really, really good. Um, it was funny. It was cute. We had a bit of drama. But overall, it was a really great show, and a different concept as well, with obviously the body swapping or body switching, whichever you want to call it. Yeah, the actresses did amazing. I hope both pairs we get to see paired up again in something else. That would certainly be interesting for the future, so we'll keep an eye on that. Roller coaster. I loved roller coaster. It was so messy. Oh, it was messy. Um, Personally, I feel like should have stayed out of it because, she was the one that decided to marry somebody else, even though, yes, she kind of had to, but also it was her choice at the end of the day. The last episode was, I feel like the last episode let the show down. It was, I don't know, it was messy. I'm glad we got a happy ending. That's all I'll say, because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I am really excited to see what's coming up with Neko next. And Shelly and Pundao as well. But yeah, I'm curious to see who's going to be paired up next with Neko, and what they plan to have for starring. Harmony's Secret, loved it. Again, that last episode kind of let it down a bit because again, it was messy. I feel like with some of these shows they have issues wrapping up on the final episode, and this is why I think, which I'll get into next with Only You, but I think they do need to have at least more than 8, because some of the stories are very complex. Like Harmony's Secret, in my opinion, should have been more than 8 episodes. Was it 8 episodes? Was it more? I can't remember. But I do think for a show like that, we could at least get maybe 15, 16 episodes out of it, really, when you pace it right, you know? But anyway, enjoyed it. Looking forward to see what Look Me Sonia have to do next. I really want Sonia Look Me. I really want Sonia Look Me, right? We can wish. So yeah, Only You. I have mixed thoughts on Only You, to be honest with you. And it's no shade against Lingorm. I think Channel 3 done them dirty, in all honesty, with the show. Yeah, they need a show that really can fully delve into their talents, right? Poor Orm has to cry every episode, pretty much. But no, I enjoyed Lingorm's acting. I enjoyed them both. I just think they would, hopefully next, I hope they give them a show kind of on the along the lines of The Secret of Us, right, where there's already a story, there's already a plot, there's, they can really dive into the characters and just have a better script. I think that's basically what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, I enjoyed it, but yeah, I just have, maybe my expectations are just too high for Lingorm and wanting them to be at their best potential, right? But I love Lingorm, they're great. I'd like to see Ormling too. We'll see. Somewhere Somehow, I've really enjoyed Somewhere Somehow. The first few episodes, especially while they're in their school period, right? A little bit awkward, but that's obviously the name of the game with it being high school. It is awkward. But it's the show's really growing on me, and you know what? At the beginning people didn't like it, and I'm glad that people have given it another chance, and I've started to enjoy it because the show is really good. And I just think, you know, we've got the comedy, we've got the drama, we've got the acting. Faye May have done really well this series. I think the acting from My Marvelous Dream was good, but they stepped up on this, and their chemistry as well. We'll just say what the elephant in the room is. The kissing is a lot better in this show. I don't know what went on with My Marvelous Dream or what was going on there. Whether that was intentional, whether that was just them and the choice they made in the kissing scenes. But it has been a lot better. And you really feel it more, right? You're not focused on like, oh, this is awkward kissing. You're not feeling that with this show, which I think is a testament to the acting as well, right? But yeah, I'm glad Faye May are getting the love they deserve. And again, look forward to see what happens next. I think it's the final episode this week of Somewhere Somehow, so we'll see how that finale goes. I know they do get married in the end. We've all seen the behind the scenes of that before the show even aired, so yeah. Play of the series, I love this show. You know what, I get a lot of secondhand embarrassment, obviously, from Pun, right? She's so awkward, and you could see, you know, when she's jealous, when she's upset, she just, her face card, you know, she cannot hide how she feels. And the fact that Ploy also knows, like, what's going on. Like, I mean, I don't know yet if Ploy knows her original plan was to obviously try and get information from her. I imagine she does because Ploy sees everything, right? And we also don't know what Ploy's got up her sleeve, so we'll see. But I'm really, really enjoying it. Again, it's got that kind of comedy element, and the drama as well. But I'm really enjoying it so far. Genuinely one of my favourites so far this year. Poisonous Love. Man, Poisonous Love. So I am enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it. It's just messy. It's messy. Nam, she needs to get the hell away from these girls, right? Especially she needs to get away from Pat. I know we're getting into the drama now. I've seen spoilers from what happens in the novel and what's potentially going to happen in the show. So we'll see whether it's going to be exactly the same or not. Based off the trailer, it's probably going to be the same. But yeah, Ginny and Jaina, the acting's really good in this. I will say some scenes, especially when Pat is acting all cute and, like, you know, like, especially when, like, in bed, for example, and she's like cuddling, the age difference, like, she's meant to be older, but obviously in real life she's 19. And sometimes in moments like that, it does come through that she's a baby, right? Which is not a problem. It's just something that I've observed, you know. Yeah. Love design, really loving. I am looking down because I've got my iPad with me show list on, right? Just so you know. Love design, I am really enjoying Love design. It's so cute, and I want to say cinematically it's probably one of the best shows this year. It's absolutely fantastic. I really love the visuals, especially whilst they've been in Japan and shooting there. Like the last episode, I'm not going to spoil it, but the last scene in the last episode where they're in Japan and you can see the sun in the background, the sunset, absolutely beautiful. Really, really love the story. Again, we're gonna start getting into the bit of the drama now, right, with the ex, who, by the way, needs to back off. Like, it's been however many years. I want to say, is it 10 years it's been, or something like that. And I also think that it's just going to be very interesting to see where it goes. But yeah, really, really enjoying it. As I say, cinematically, it's wonderful, and the acting's great as well. My safe zone, really enjoyed the first episode. Nina Mew, amazing. The chemistry is great. Obviously, Channel 3's done a lot to kind of hype it up, which they obviously they should. And I'm just going to say this now. If you are one of these people that are pitting Lingam and Lena Mew against each other, stop it right now. They are actresses. They do their job. They shouldn't be compared. Their show shouldn't be compared either. They are very different. I'm not going to get into, again, the way Channel 3 has treated Lingam and Lena Mew in terms of the last couple of weeks, but I'll just say, we'll see what happens with my safe zone because it's only been the first episode, but so far I am enjoying it. The acting's great and the story's good so far. That guy, Victor, is it? It's been the villain in all these GLs. Oh. As soon as I seen him, I was like, are you serious? You again? And I know that other people have had the same reaction from what I've seen on TikTok. But he plays his characters well and his acting's good. And that's how you know someone's a good actor, right? When they make you believe that he's the villain in these shows. Because he plays it so well. So absolutely no hate against him. I think he does a wonderful job, obviously, to make people actually hate these characters, and that's what your job is as an actor, right? You want people to, especially when you're playing a role like that, you want people to see you as the villain because that's what you are, right? But yeah, we'll see what happens with the rest of the show. I'm looking forward to it. And Dangerous Queen, oh, this show is messy. Let me tell you something. You've seen my reactions, right? You know, or if you have, you'll know how much I hate these parents that hit their kids and stuff, right? But this mum in particular, oh, she has pissed me off the most, right? Really, I've never been as angry as a character than I have at her, I should say, because just the way, gambling is a very real addiction, and unfortunately that is the case for people that obviously have gambling addictions, and I understand why she's just wanting the money from why am I blanking on the characters' names? Bo. So, but the way she treats Bo is literally just for money, and I do think obviously a lot of that is down to the gambling addiction. But fucking what's his face? Kem. He's turned a villain real quick, and I do not like that. And unfortunately, that's the reality of so many men, right? Who are friends with a woman and say they love them, and they're just their friend, and then switch up real quick when they do get rejected. But I think that's when you know people's true colours, right? You just need to move on, mate. Like, she's not your woman, she's not your girlfriend, she's never led you on and said, oh, I want to be with you, I like you, whatever. He's just took her kindness and friendship as her being interested, right? But he needs to back the fuck off too. When Queen was like, beg me, and I'll help you, basically. Oh, girl. Yeah, I've read the novel, I'll be honest, because I was interested. Because the one thing I will say is they don't have a lot of dialogue, really, in terms of conversation between Beau and Queen. Not yet, anyway. So you don't really understand kind of what's going on. And I feel like, to me, that's the only thing missing is more dialogue, right? More conversation. But hopefully, moving forward, we will get more of that. I'm just worried that there's not enough episodes to fully get into it all, which is the same with all these GLs. Apart from Only You, I feel like Only You could have been a little bit shorter. But I'm not complaining, because we did get longer, we did get more episodes, which is what we want from GLs, right? Some people might agree, it might disagree and say, no, we don't want more episodes. But for me personally, I would like more episodes to have more structure and more story, personally. But yeah, Dangerous Queen, really, really am enjoying it so far. I'm interested to see, first of all, what they're going to get away with being able to put up on YouTube for the sex scenes, because in the novel, yeah, and they're saying that they tried to keep it as authentic as they can. So, we'll see. We'll see what YouTube will allow, obviously. Another one I've not got on my list, which I'm going to mention, was I Am Devil. I've watched season 1 and season 2. Season 2 was a little messy, flipping heck. I've not paid, obviously, for the uncut version, so I'm sure there's a lot of stuff I've missed. But yeah, really enjoyed that as well. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I've missed. I know, obviously, we had Denied Love, which I loved. In the end, once I got to episode 9 and then really started to get into it, even though there's only 10 episodes, I'm looking forward to the special. I don't know if we're getting a season 2 or whether it's just a special. I think it's just a special, right? Enjoy June. Really cute. I'm still team June and Joy. No, they're both great. Obviously, Enjoy June, June and Joy. Either way. Yeah. Is there anything else I have missed? Unlimited Love. I'm gonna say it. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed with Unlimited Love. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Something just feels off. I don't know if it's the writing. It's not the acting. The acting's great from all of them. I think it might be the script that's the problem. The story. It's just a bit all over the place. I think that's what it is. It's not a set thing. But yeah, I'm going to continue watching to support the girls, so that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I don't have too many thoughts on it right now, to be honest with you. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff that's been out, that's coming up, that's on at the moment. Obviously, next year we've got 4 Elements, which I'm very much looking forward to. And I'm sure we're going to, again, have a little break where there's going to be nothing. And then all of a sudden, now, we're going to have a lot more shows coming up together next year. Be curious to see what parents get to do, what shows, if we're going to have different couples. Oh, we're going to have the new Fi GL as well, which I'm very much looking forward to seeing Fi acting again. I'm not really too fussed about who they pair her up with, to be honest with you. I just want fans to treat Fi well. That's it. you know, regardless of who she's acting with. And Fi's made it very clear that the couple thing is done right from, you know, from the whole Fi Yoko situation. And people need to respect that. I'm not going to get into it fully here. I'm just going to say people need to grow up, stop being delusional. Like, you can be delusional, right, and what not, but being delusional to the point where you are attacking other people and all that kind of stuff is wrong. That's my 2 cents. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing her show. I'm not sure if it's a show or it's going to be a movie. The vibe gives movie, but we'll see. We'll get more information on that, I assume, either later on in the year or the beginning of next year. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Cranium. I don't know if we are getting Cranium. I'm sure obviously by now we are all aware of the Free and Becky situation. I'm very, very happy that they are both free from being tied to Idol Factory and have their own things going on. I importantly hope they get rest at some point, proper rest, and I hope like, they're always going to have work, right? They've worked really hard to get where they are, and they will continue to work hard as they do, because that's the type of people they are. So whether we'll get any, I know there's talk of them maybe doing another project together, so we'll see. If not, if we don't get much, at least, then that's fine. I just want them both to expand. Same for all these GL actresses, right? I want them to all be able to act with other people and be able to be in other shows and movies, whether that's a GL or not. Yeah, I should really, I do want to do another video on, like, how people need to respect these actresses and stuff like that. But I feel like I get a lot of backlash for that. Because here's the thing, right? These women are actresses. And, you know, unless they specifically say they're together or not, whatever, then leave it alone. That's all I'm going to say. Like, they're allowed to have a private life. They're allowed to have relationships that aren't the GL the couple, the person they're coupled with, right? But I do think we need to allow these actresses to be coupled with other people. Again, whether that's with a GL or with a guy, for example, in something else, because acting is their job. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, we're just in a really good place right now. And I know I've only been doing GLs, IGLs since April, but it's a world I really dove into, right? And I'm here to stay, you know. And I'm just, yeah, looking forward to see what we've got coming up next. And I think things are on the change for the best in terms of scripts and stuff like that. I think it's just getting better and better. Yeah. But yeah, that is it from me. I am going to try getting back to reactions. I'll be honest with you, I've not mentally been in the mood to record. It takes a lot of energy, and also, yeah, that's basically it. It just takes a lot of energy. But I'm gonna try my best to get back into the swing of things and get some reactions on the go. Again, I still need to sort Patreon out. It's not been as easy of a process so far, so once I do get that sorted, I will be reacting to more the likes of Pluto, Affair, Secret of Us, all that. I will be honest, I have watched The Secret of Us, and I have watched Affair because I couldn't wait anymore. So I will be reacting to them, but just know that I have watched them already, and I will be transparent with that on the reactions as well. But yeah, again, that is it from me for now. Please subscribe if you haven't, and definitely try and catch me on the next one. See you later.